Okay, welcome back to Claymore Anime Review Part 2. This one covering episodes 5 through 11, these cover roughly 2 arcs of the manga. Cover players, which have basically chapters 12 to 24 of the manga, and then being Hunt arc, which tells the of mass. The we can cover is basically roughly 12 chapters adapted to 3 episodes. The first Clare's Past adapts 13 in 4 episodes. The Clare's Past is simply put this. We introduced to a brand new character named Teresa. Yes, Teresa. And they mentioned that Teresa and Clare are basically like the people who these two characters are named after in the mythology of the series are named after two goddesses with the same name who are kind of like sisters. And these two, well, Teresa basically sort of indirectly rescues Clare from a pack of Yoma. She kills 7 of them pretty quickly too, and Clare decides to tag along. Clare looks like appearance-wise probably around 16-ish, I'd say. Teresa looks like she's probably in her early 30s. But all these Claymores tend to stop aging at some point when they become Claymores. Yeah, so at first, she travels her, and of course, she doesn't like the fact she's following. Teresa doesn't like the fact Clare follows her, though she doesn't know her name. But we know this is Clare because she mentions her name is Clare. After a while, basically just getting used to her, and of course, this is where Clare becomes a Claymore. She basically decides to agree to basically take her in and just basically travel with her. And, well, this goes on for a pretty good period of time until they encounter a group of bandits after taking on a village near a village where they killed a Yoma. They battle. Teresa battles these one, like takes a one on briefly, and then she exposes her chest to them. It's like, I'm not gonna fight you. If you're gonna rape me, go right ahead. That's basically what she was saying to these guys. I'm sure these guys are all horny to rape a Claymore, and yeah, we don't see exactly what. Now, apparently, it looks like she flashed her chest to them, but she's got a scar in her belly. Now, as where she got the scar from, probably one of her previous battles with one of the Yoma, but it's never really stated exactly where she got the scar from. So, tells bandits basically go away, and of course, after the Yoma's killed, Teresa asks the village had taken Clare, and of course, well, they had this thing where Clare mentions this too, where a man in black come by to collect the fee. Yeah. So, after leaving for a little while, and then she notices the bandits come into town, like, oh crap. Like, apparently that the Yoma kept them at bay. Yeah, apparently a crow got my roof. Yeah, I'm noticing from my window next to my desk here. Yeah, so she goes in, kills, and she's upset what she sees, so she kills all the bandits. So apparently the organization, they have a rule for against killing a human, despite the fact she had every reason to kill these guys. They send 4 Claymores to kill her at this designated location. They go in to kill her, and she ends up basically wounding all 4 of these ladies. Yep. And taking Clare with her, kills some Yoma, takes the fee. Of course, she stays in this one town for like roughly a day. And then the Claymores show up, one of whom happens to be Priscilla. Yep, making her debut in the series. And this woman turns out to be later on the main villain of the series and Claire's motivation of why she became a Claymore. Yep, during the fight between where Teresa takes on Priscilla and the three more Claymores, who apparently are now Priscilla apparently is a number 2 because apparently she rose up pretty quickly. Yeah, apparently like the Claymores themselves don't like people who run the organization very much because they choose people who are very least experienced to have these ranking numbers. Yeah, so the woman who they think is number 2 is actually number 3, and the 2 that thought they were like 3 and 4 are now 4 and 5, so they've been demoted. They don't like the fact it's like this, and Priscilla basically is a clumsy woman until she battles Teresa, where she transforms into awakened being. Yes, these are basically Claymores who unlock their Yoma abilities all the way and become this creature. Oh, and by the way, Priscilla is now completely naked. Yeah, you see her chest. Make it the first time in the series we get a chance to see breast in the series. Yep. But an awakened being, of course she's naked. And she ends up killing Teresa by beheading her. Of course, she also cut off her hands first, then she beheaded her. And then she goes off, and of course, well, the organization probably is going to deal with her at some point. And then Claire she grieves over the death of Teresa, takes her head, somehow comes across the guy she would later work with, and basically has her flesh become part of her body, so she can act revenging Priscilla. And that's the arc itself. And then we have the Awakened Beast Hunt arc, with Rocky returns, though he doesn't do very much in this arc. He shows up briefly at the beginning. He shows up for the first part of the first episode, and a lot of times when they come back to him where he's worried about Claire, he does pretty much nothing this whole arc. We get introduced to 3 other Claymores in the series. Yep, 3 other Claymores who become really good allies and friends of Teresa. We introduced to Maria, voiced by Monica Rail. Does a really good job voicing her. We have Denevy, who is still a very close person, very soft-spoken. She's voiced by Clayton Glass. And Helen, oh boy, I knew this is this particular actress just by her voice. It's Jerry Marcelli, yes. I'm like, wow, I never expect to see her in this series. Usually she pops up in the series that tend to be where she voices characters who tend to be smoking hot. And a lot of the time, an object is basically someone's, let's just say, obsession to basically be with her. Yeah, that's what a lot of the time basically tends to voice. Here, Helen is not exactly like that. For one thing, there's no guys falling for her in the series. Unlike a lot of other series I've seen her in, where like guys tend to fall all over every single character that she's ever voiced. I mean, I think like the last series I saw her in was In Another World on My Smartphone. I know she voiced the Love God because I recognize her voice, despite the fact she's never credited for the character, which I think is kind of weird. Yeah, and these 4 now. Helen is ranked, I think, 15, I think it's because, well, it's also revealed that Claire, at this point, is revealed she's actually ranked number 47. Yeah. Yeah. They mentioned that these ladies basically are very higher ranked than Claire. Now, Helen doesn't like Claire because she's basically the lowest ranked 40, so which apparently is the weakest. But she's actually somewhat the strongest member. We also see the debut of Colleen Clickenbeard's character. Yep. They don't say her name. And she does appear in this episode. Let's see if I can find her here. I know she's voiced by Colleen Clickenbeard. As I know this because I know the character. I know her voice. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see. Galatea. Yeah, Galatea. Yeah, basically this arc is her debut. And, well, she simply put I think she's ranked number 3 of the organization that she mentions. Because basically the 4 ladies are meant to kill this awakened being. They think it's a normal one. Nope, it's a male awakened being. And it turns out that, now, it was kind of hinted at before in the start of the series that men were the first experiments of with the Claymore experience before they switched over to women. Women apparently more adapted to the Yoma abilities than men were, and men basically went to the awakened being really quickly. And they fought this creature over the course of 2 episodes before he died, before he got sliced to pieces at the end of episode 2 of this arc, and then he just got killed. He dies. And they reveal that apparently all 4, not besides Claire, the other 4 have experienced being awakened beings. And Claire got onto this assignment because she basically made Claymore for one specific reason: killing Priscilla. She doesn't tell the ladies about this, and it's revealed also that Maria suspects that the organization are out to get rid of these 4 ladies because they're troublemakers and they disobey orders. Yeah. Despite the fact that, well, in the case of Claire, she technically really didn't. I mean, she never did report these were a particular type of eaters. They were just normal Yoma. Yeah, that's what they were. I mean, yeah, there was a good number of them, but that does not mean she disobeyed orders. That really made no sense at all. The arc itself, mostly put, it's just, I mean, in the case of the Wicked Beast Hunt arc, it's mostly set for some future arcs. Like, they set up Ophinia, who does appear in the very next arc of the series, which I'm looking forward to talk about this character. Especially as she's voiced by one of my favorite voice actors. I will not reveal who she's voiced by until the next part, which will be part 3. All in all, pretty good set of episodes. The Clare's past arc was actually pretty good. Really enjoyable to watch. And yeah, also Clare during the fight between her and the Wicked Being. Of course, also she has the ability to dodge the Yoma's moves because she's able to sense it. And everybody's actually now. Maria kind of knows about this ability. The other two don't know about this ability, and Clare basically talks that even though she's the lowest rank, she has experience basically dealing with stuff like this. And everybody's like, and Helen's like, really? You saying stuff like this? I only hear this from a low rank, despite the fact everything she's saying is actually correct. Oh yeah, and also Helen is basically constantly picking fights with Clare, and Maria has to stop her from fighting. Yeah. But all in all, basically, this is a really good set of episodes, and I'm looking forward to talk about next episode. Talk about Finia, who's ranked number 4, and apparently at 5, her name was Raphaelia. I mean, is this woman named after Raphael? Yeah. Excuse me. And as far as I can tell, I think they do account for I know they count her Ophelia in the very next arc, because I looked up basically her debut appearance. Her first appearance is at the start of the very next arc, so at least that part is true. And it's a quite short of an arc they adapt from. Yeah, she's only there for a few chapters, which I'll discuss that when I talk about that in part 3. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Expect to see about 2 more videos today, discussing the next 2 arcs of the series because they're really short. Only 3 episodes. But in the case of, that'll be part 3 and 4. 5 might not be today, probably tomorrow, basically, when I finish up the arc, and then the series itself. Okay? See you next video. Bye.